The first light spills across the African plains, turning brittle grasses into a shimmering sea of gold. In this ancient land, time moves not in hours but in instincts, each breath a ritual, each sunrise a reckoning. From the shadows, a titan emerges. Its body low, powerful, and coiled like a loaded spring. Its tongue flickers, tasting the wind, reading invisible trails, deciphering the whispers of prey long before they are seen. Its skin bears the silence of centuries, as though evolution etched patience into every scale. Far off, a small figure rustles through the underbrush. A porcupine, armored in quills like polished steel, moves with a cautious rhythm, each step deliberate. It doesn't see the eyes that watch from the distance, cold, ancient, unreadable. This is not a meeting of strangers. It is a convergence written into the bones of the earth. Two survivors, shaped by millennia of violence and wit, locked into a silent countdown. The hunter, driven by hunger and honed by instinct. The wanderer, unaware, yet ready in ways only nature could prepare. The savanna holds its breath. The wind softens, as if retreating from the moment. The predator lowers its body further, muscles tightening beneath scaly skin, eyes fixed on the slow, oblivious traveler. The porcupine pauses near a patch of sun-warmed earth, its snout twitching, its quills catching the light in brilliant flashes of silver. It senses nothing, but something else senses everything. The predator's tongue flicks once more, this time slower, as if savoring the inevitability. This isn't rage, it isn't haste, it is calculation. Every movement is measured, like a blade being drawn an inch at a time. One step, then another. A rock shifts, a bird takes flight. But the porcupine does not run. Its world is shaped by patience, not panic. Then it happens, the explosive burst of energy, a silent shadow becoming fury incarnate. Dust erupts, claws stretch forward. Jaws widen like a gate to the underworld. But the small wanderer is not defenseless. Instinct surges. The porcupine rolls not away from the danger, but into its armor. It becomes a living shield, forged in silence, reacting not to fear but to fate. The hunter's strike misses by a breath. The ground quakes beneath the predator's failed strike. A roar, low and guttural, rises with the dust as the titan pivots, its tail lashing the air in frustration. But where rage floods in, calculation remains. The porcupine, now a tight sphere of quills and tension, rolls swiftly through the dust cloud, a fortress in motion. It doesn't flee, it navigates. Each roll is a response, not a retreat. The predator circles, eyes narrow, jaws dripping with anticipation, and the sting of a missed opportunity. Every instinct screams for domination, but domination cannot pierce armor forged by time. Again, the titan lunges, aiming not with finesse but force power enough to snap bone, crush shell. Yet force alone meets resistance. The porcupine spins on instinct, exposing a bristle of spines so sharp and rigid they glint like daggers in the morning light. The predator recoils mid-strike, halting the momentum of death with a sudden, shuddering retreat. The clash is not over. The storm is only beginning. This is not the story of the strong devouring the weak. This is the story of motion meeting mass, of armor challenging appetite. Dust clings to the predator's limbs as it braces again, claws carving deep into the sun-baked earth. Its body tenses, wounded not in flesh but in pride. Across the clearing, the porcupine regains its footing, its quills slightly raised, shimmering with purpose. It no longer moves as prey, it moves as a challenge. The titan snarls and charges not with the stealth of a hunter, but with the wrath of a beast denied. The earth groans beneath its weight, every step a thunderclap. Yet the porcupine holds, turning at the final second, its back arched into a wall of spears. Then, contact. Not a blow delivered, but received. Dozens of quills embed into the predator's forelimbs, and chest nature's daggers finding purchase in a wall of muscle. A cry tears from the predator's throat, more shock than agony, as pain becomes teacher. Blood beads at the base of each quill, dark and gleaming. The porcupine stands its ground, no larger than before, but somehow towering in defiance. For the first time, the titan hesitates not out of weakness, but uncertainty. It has learned the first lesson of the wild. Power untempered by caution invites pain. The predator stumbles back, limbs quivering beneath the weight of unfamiliar pain. Quills sway with every motion. lodged deep into muscle, reminders that not all prey is powerless. The porcupine turns slightly, not to flee, but to display its full arsenal, a living armory of sharpened defiance. The wind picks up, carrying the scent of blood and tension. The titan snarls again, fury flickering behind its eyes, but the roar lacks its former certainty. Rage and pain now walk side by side. Still, hunger gnaws beneath the skin. It lunges once more, faster this time, angling low to avoid the deadly spines. But wisdom guides the small warrior. It spins, dragging its bristled flank along the path of the charge. A second impact, clean, deliberate. Quills strike flesh with a sickening crunch. The predator recoils, jaws snapping at the empty air. Frustration thickens its growl. Each heartbeat becomes a gamble. The porcupine, tiny in stature, now dominates the rhythm of the fight. Its courage is not the absence of fear, but the mastery of it. Where brute force falters, strategy prevails. And beneath the golden light, the balance of power shifts one wound at a time. The predator's breath grows ragged, its steps uneven. Pain, like a slow venom, spreads from every embedded quill, robbing strength from its limbs. Yet desperation drives it forward. One final assault, reckless and furious. A culmination of instinct, hunger, and humiliation. The beast rises and surges, jaws unhinged, claws extended, everything it has thrown into one do-or-die moment. But the porcupine does not panic. It pivots again, not to attack, but to protect. Its quills fan outward like a crown of thorns, each one a sentinel of survival. The collision is inevitable. Flesh meets spear. The predator screams, twisting midair as more quills drive into its chest and underbelly. Blood splatters the dry earth, a harsh signature beneath the morning sunday. The porcupine is thrown to the side, rolling with the momentum, absorbing impact not through resistance, but through design. When it stops, it uncoils slowly, shaken, but unbroken. The predator lies still for a moment, its chest heaving. Then it crumples, strength finally surrendering to consequence. The final blow was not the sharpest, but the most precise. In that instant, the storm ends not with triumph, but with survival. Silence returns to the savannah, heavy and reverent. The predator lies motionless, its massive form carved by the quiet defiance of a smaller creature. Quills protrude like thorns from a fallen monument, each a testament to the battle etched into the dust. No victory cry echoes, no roar of dominance, only the rustle of grass and the low hum of the awakening pain. The porcupine stands at a distance, sides heaving, its quills slowly lowering. It does not celebrate, it simply breathes. Its armor, though battered, has held. Its spirit, though tested, has endured. This is no conquest, it is a survival etched in silence. The great beast, once a titan of power, is reduced to stillness. Not slain by another predator, but humbled by evolution's quiet craftsman. The sun climbs higher, casting long shadows over the battlefield, as if memorializing both strength and restraint. The porcupine moves on, step by deliberate step, its eyes wary, its soul unshaken. It disappears into the tall grass, not as a victor, but as a symbol. For in the wild, survival is the truest power, and sometimes the smallest echo carries the deepest weight. Beneath the same sky that watched a titan fall, another life stirs not in muscle or quill, but in silk. Deep within a hollow log, cloaked in shadow, a spider waits. It does not chase, it does not roar. Its world is silence, its power invisible. Each leg extends with methodical grace as it traces vibrations on threads finer than hair. Threads cast not just for prey, but as a map of existence. Where the porcupine braced and the predator charged, this hunter listens. It hears the world not in sound, but in tremors, the faint shuffle of a beetle, the distant hum of a wasp's wing. Each signal is data, each twitch of its web, a paragraph in nature's code. The spider does not move recklessly. It adjusts, it calibrates. Its web stretches between roots like a suspended promise, a fragile-looking trap spun from patience and hunger. In the grasses above, the day continues unaware. But down here, beneath the dust and light, a second battle occurs. One where strength is measured not in force, but in stillness. This is survival of a different rhythm, one breath at a time, one thread at a time. Each strand of silk holds tension like a whispered secret. The web is not just a trap, it is an extension of the spider's mind, a lattice of instinct and design. High above, the sun filters through grass blades, casting shifting patterns of light across the silken threads. The spider remains motionless, poised at the hub, where every vibration converges like the center of a nervous system. Suddenly, a tremor, small, rhythmic, distinct, not the careless brushing of wind, but the patterned struggle of something alive. A beetle, heavy-bodied and unaware, has touched the wrong line. Instantly, the stillness fractures. The spider moves not chaotically, but with eerie precision. Each step lands on strands that do not betray its presence. It circles, measuring. The beetle thrashes, but with each movement, it binds itself tighter into the architecture of its own demise. The spider reaches it. Fangs gleam in the filtered light, and with one puncture, venom flows. It is not pain that wins here, nor power. It is chemistry, calculation. An ancient art written in enzymes and thread. In moments, the beetle falls silent. The web, once invisible, has spoken. The beetle's legs twitch once, then still. The venom works quietly, unraveling resistance from within. The spider waits, poised above its prey, letting silence finish what venom began. There is no rush. Patience is as vital as hunger. It wraps the body in silk layer by delicate layer, transforming the thrashing form into a cocoon of stillness. The web tightens, not out of cruelty, but out of ritual. Each loop is survival stitched into geometry. The grass sways above, oblivious to the final struggle hidden beneath its shade. In this world, death does not come with spectacle. It arrives in silence, precise and inevitable. Still, the beetle's fight was not meaningless. Every struggle sent a message through the strands, each movement recorded like a drumbeat of resistance. But precision always outlasts panic. And the spider, with its 8 eyes and voiceless patience, has heard it all before. The web trembles once more, not from prey, but from the wind. The grass sighs, the earth settles. The beetle is now a sealed promise, a meal for later, wrapped in thread and time. The spider retreats to the center of its creation, waiting once again. Time passes, and the web sways gently, cradling its silence like a memory. What was once struggle is now stillness. What was once motion is now monument. The cocoon beetle hangs like a trophy, not of conquest, but of necessity. The spider rests at the hub, unmoved, its legs touching anchor lines that stretch outward like invisible antennae to the world. The air thickens with heat. Other lives move beyond the web. Lizards rustle leaves. Birds flit above, but the hunter remains untouched, protected not by walls, but by awareness. Down here, beneath the layers of noise and motion, patience reigns. The spider does not hoard victory. It consumes only what it needs. The web is cleaned, repaired, restored. Threads snapped in struggle are rewoven with seamless grace. Even destruction becomes part of the design. Each death feeds the continuity of life. There is no waste, no celebration, only the cycle. The beetle is consumed slowly, methodically. Its energy becomes silk, strength, stillness. And when nothing remains, the web too begins to fade, torn gently by breeze. By time, the tomb dissolves, but the hunter remains, always waiting. Beneath a new layer of silk, hidden deep within the web's heart, something stirs. Tiny legs, translucent and trembling, push through the cocoon walls. One by one, spiderlings emerge fragile, near weightless, yet born into a world already etched with rules they do not yet understand. Their bodies shimmer in the morning light, catching dew like diamonds. They do not know the beetle. They did not spin the trap. But their first breath is a gift paid for in venom and silence. The mother watches from a distance, motionless but alert. She does not nurture in ways warm-blooded creatures do. Her role is provision, protection through precision. The web, once battlefield and tomb, becomes nursery and cradle. The spiderlings cling to threads they did not weave, learning by instinct what cannot be taught, where to step, when to pause, how to feel the world through silk. The breeze grows stronger, and some are lifted skyward, carried like seeds on the wind to claim their own corners of the world. A new generation of silent hunters rises not by roar, but by thread. From struggle, stillness. From stillness, rebirth. Dawn spills once again over the savannah, brushing the land with amber light. The grasslands stir, not just with predators and prey, but with memory. Somewhere, beneath the hush of dew and wind, the porcupine stirs. It emerges from the earth's embrace, slow and deliberate. Its quills catch the rising sun like shards of twilight, worn but intact. Every step echoes the rhythm of yesterday's survival. But the savanna does not pause for reflection. A new hunter is already watching. Lean, low, calculating a jackal this time, its eyes sharp with anticipation. The old battle is reborn in a new body. Distance shortens, breath tightens. Again, instinct prepares to clash with design. The porcupine does not change course. It senses the stalk but walks on, guided not by ignorance, but by understanding. The rules haven't changed, but the players have. Every encounter begins with the same script, but nature rewrites the ending each time. The grass whispers of what once was, but offers no promises. Survival here is not inherited. It is earned moment by moment, choice by choice. The chase is near, the cycle turns. And beneath the same sky, the wild prepares to remember. The jackal darts forward, lean muscle rippling under its fur. It moves with confidence, but not yet commitment testing, measuring. The porcupine halts, quills rising in slow motion, each one a signal, come closer and learn. The jackal hesitates. This is not the first time it has encountered armor, yet hunger always tempts risk. A quick feint, a sudden lunge, but the porcupine pivots in a practiced arc, delivering a swipe of its barbed back. The jackal yelps, quills graze its cheek, sharp enough to sting, not deep enough to maim. It backs off, panting, shaken more by the audacity than the wound. Courage is contagious, but so is pain. The porcupine does not chase, nor retreat. It holds its ground with the dignity of the tested. The jackal circles once more, unsure. In the quiet tension, a lesson is carved into memory, not just the jackals, but the savannas. Strength can intimidate, but wisdom draws boundaries. It is not always the victorious that shape the wild, it is the ones who survive again and again, by knowing when to fight and when to endure. And the grass sways as the balance resets once more. The jackal fades into the grass, its pride wounded, its hunger postponed. And once again, the savanna exhales. Light cascades over the horizon, soft and golden, indifferent to the battles waged beneath it. The porcupine moves forward, not in triumph, but in rhythm with a land that forgets victory and remembers only balance. In the wild, survival is not a conquest, but a negotiation, a constant, unending dialogue between risk and restraint. The spider waits in its corner of silence. The beetle is gone. The predator lies still. Yet life, undeterred, continues its cycle. From tooth to quill, from venom to thread, each creature leaves a mark, not in grandeur, but in persistence. The savanna endures, not because of the strong, but because of the ones who listen, who adapt, who survive. In this eternal theater of sun and dust, nothing lasts except the will to see another dawn. And so, beneath an endless sky, the rhythm resumes. Silent, fierce, patient, life does not boast. It breathes, and the story begins again.